Welcome back. My name is Jack. Thanks for tuning into the video. It's my goal to help creative music makers make better music at home. In this one, we're taking a look at the new X5 XV1-R digital audio recorder. Now, if you like what you're hearing, you're probably going to like this recorder because you're actually hearing the audio from it right now. And in just a moment, I'm going to switch back to my wireless mic so that we can talk a little bit more about this recorder. Now, the first and most exciting feature that I want to share with you is 32-bit float recording. Now, for those of you who aren't audio engineers and are more familiar with the video editing world, 32-bit float has been described as similar to shooting in RAW, but for audio. Basically, it gives you a lot more dynamic range and gives you a lot more control over the final audio quality by lowering the noise floor as far as possible and giving you a lot more options in terms of adjusting the gain later on in editing. For anyone who wants to record audio while portable out in the field and still wants the best quality sound, that 32-bit float option is a solid feature in this recorder. Got the device recording right now with the pair of stereo microphones. You can see the level meters are functioning right there. One of the best things about this recorder is that these microphones feel actually really sturdy. And I've used microphones like this from other companies where I felt that if I bump these or drop them, there's a big chance of actually breaking those microphones off. So it's really nice that X5 was able to build a robust, durable, and sturdy little recorder. Now, the XY microphone pattern does allow stereo recording, and it can function in up to 130 decibels of sound pressure level, which means even at concerts or high volume areas, you're still able to get some really good and clean recording without distortion. Now, when you get it, it does come with batteries, but you will need to put in your own SD card. I went ahead and put in a 32 gigabyte SD card. If you're going to use those larger file types, you will want a larger SD card. The first time you put it in, you are prompted to go ahead and format the SD card, but there's no problem there. It's pretty simple, and it does accept a wide range of cards. Depending on the size of the SD card you use, the maximum recording length of a single file on the XV1-R is actually 12 hours. So if you did need to set this and forget it or use it for a longer event, I've seen a lot of people in weddings or like videographers or photographers in weddings use these as something they would set and record to capture those speeches. If long recording times is important to you, 12-hour maximum is a pretty good amount of time and likely to catch just about any longer event. Now, some other features worth mentioning: it does support both WAV and AAC file recording formats. So whatever you like to use, you have the ability to use it with this recorder. Now, it does have a USB port and USB functionality. You can actually use this with your computer as a USB microphone, meaning your device will recognize this as a microphone. And if you want to record straight into your video editing software, your DAW, or you just want to use it for Zoom or video calls, you can actually do that with this XV1-R. There's even a tripod mount and a little stand on the back of the recorder, which allows you to conveniently mount it to a tripod, or if it's on a desk, that stand there will actually prevent it from touching the microphones to any surface, which is just a really convenient feature with this recorder. Now, powering on the device is super simple as well. We're just going to go ahead to the side here and hold down the switch. It powers on really quick, which is a lot quicker than some of the other branded recorders that I've used in the past. The display is nice, bright, and easy to read, and the controls are simple, and the buttons have a nice clicky feel, which I appreciate. On the side there, you can see we have a hold switch. That'll prevent any accidental button presses. There's also a dedicated quick delete button on the side there, which will allow you to easily delete the last file if you want to. There's a sealed memory card slot and a line in for recording. On the other side of the device, we've got a line out or a headphone out, and then your volume or your gain rockers right there. So in terms of the menu structure on the device, it's pretty simple. We'll go ahead and hit menu. We're going to go through and we can look at the files. You can see there's 2 recorded files there from earlier. You go ahead and hit the back button. You go into system. You could set the backlight brightness, the power off time. You could set the date if you did want to do that. You could also go ahead and check the card and format the card right there. We're not going to do that because I need those recordings, but anytime you use a new memory card, do be sure to format that. You can change your record profile, which is pretty nice. So this is where you change your lossless 32-bit float wave. You can also change it to general, meeting settings, voice memo, concert, but we'll leave it on production. You can change some effects. If you want to add like a low pass or a gate, compressor, or a limiter, you can adjust that in the settings there. You can adjust a mic pad as well, either on or off. Then there's where you would adjust your format. We've got it on wave 32, and our sample rate is default at 48, but it does all the way go up to 96 or 44.1, but for most things, I wouldn't recommend using 44.1. And the channel setting by default is stereo, but you could record in mono if you wanted to. And a lot of different settings there, which, like I said, are pretty easy to understand. If you want to go ahead and hit record, that's going to arm the pre-record. You can see it's not actually recording yet. If you tap it, it actually flashes red, so you can kind of see it's telling you, hey, we're not recording yet. Now, when I finally do press it to start the recording, you'll see the timer will start and the light will stay illuminated red, just letting us know that the file is recording. Now, when you're done, you can go ahead and hit stop. We'll go ahead and hit the home button, and then if you hit play, and the internal speaker will start playing back any recorded files that are already on the device. Now, I do imagine a lot of different use cases for a recorder like this. If you're someone that just wants to capture an interview or a moment, setting this on the table is a really great use case for the device, as it'll capture pretty much everything around the recorder. Like I said, you could use a tripod or a stand. You do have the option to use this as your USB microphone. If you're a musician and you're into sampling, this could be a great option to take with you to sample found sounds or Foley or world sounds, just sounds that you're finding in your environment. Also, like I said, if you're a videographer and you need something to bring with you to capture those interviews or to capture additional audio to add to your video, this X5 XV1-R is a really solid option. Anyway, if you're in the market, I would consider this over some of the other options. As always, I appreciate your support and your watching of this video. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.